Hello kids, I'm going to be discussing another unique topic. It's a miscellaneous topic in IGCSE physics, although it's again not available in the book or in the course content. But I'm just going to discuss this because most of the kids are again confused about these small little ideas. So rounding numbers, when kids are rounding numbers, you need to understand you're dealing with scientific numbers, so it is not just up to you that you just round off as you please. You need to understand that there's certain rules when you're rounding off numbers. Let's say if you have a number 2.64738 so understand that any number which is if x is greater than 5, then round up, and if x is less than 5, then round down, or in other words, keep the last digit as the same. So in other words, since let's start rounding off from this side. So 9 will be rounded off into 8, so that will become 2.64739. Again, this 9 will be rounded off next, so it will be 2.6474. But again, now over here this 4 is actually smaller than 5, so we are not going to round off, and we're going to keep this 7 as intact. So the next would be 2.647. I'm not going to round it up, right? I'm just going to keep it as is, right? I'm just going to put a 0 over here, all right, if I have to. But for now I just want to get to three significant figures out of this big number. As IGCSE wants you to have three significant figures, I keep on enforcing this fact, because a lot of kids I've seen while attempting the solutions, they just write 6.2 centimeters. So that is considered as wrong. You need to put a 0 over there or round off in a proper manner. So we're rounding off again. Now we're on to 7, and this 7 is greater than 5, so it would be 2.65. So that's you rounded off three significant figure, although I recommend using four significant figures as this one. So let's do some more examples, but here we have a very unique case. Let's say I'm just going to give you some practice questions. I'm going to solve some practice numbers, and then I'm going to discuss a very unique case over here. So let's take another example. Right, it's 2.06348. So again, 8 is bigger, so we will round it off, so it would be 2.0635. Now here's the problem. 5. Now the rule suggests if an x is greater than 5 or smaller than 5, right? So I accidentally wrote this odd unique case. I'm just going to erase this. Let's just say it's actually 6 over here, right? So again, it would be made into 7, and then I'm going to keep rounding off, so it's going to be 264, right? And this 4 cannot be further rounded off, so it would be 2.06, right? And that's your three significant figures. Again, my suggestion would be 4, but you can go for the 3. Now let's take another practice question. 8 4 6 7 5. Again, I don't want to get into 5 for now, because 5 is a troubling problem. Let's call this 4, right? Okay, we do know that 4 is smaller than 5. We cannot round this off, so it would be 84670, right? Since there's no decimal over here, as the decimal over here is here. So if I keep on rounding it off, so I'm just going to go with 6, and this 7 is greater than 5, so it would be 700, and then it would be 8 4 again it's going to be 5, because this 7 is going to be rounded off, so it's going to be 3 zeros. So this is how you round off numbers in general. But now for the unique case where you actually have 5 in this, this 5 is quite the trouble. As I said, the rule suggests x to be greater than 5 or less than 5. But what if x is actually 5? So let me write this number: 2.6195579, right? So to round it off, 2.6195558, this 9 will be rounded off, and this 8 will be rounded off. 2.619 5 6, and again this 6 will be rounded off 2.6196, right? And we keep on moving down to round off this number to 0.61, and this again is going to be turned to 0, and that will get to 2. So I'm just going to round this big number as a whole. It will be 20, and 2.62 would be our final number, right? We can use this as well, or this. Both are accurate, both are considered correct. Now what if I had a different strategy, 2.619457, right? So let's keep rounding off again. It would be 8, 2.6194 and then 2.6195. Now here's our 5 is stuck. We don't know where to go, right? If it were greater than 5, we would round up. If it were smaller than 5, then we won't round up. But what if it is actually equal to 5? Now here we actually have a rule. If the number prior to this 5 is odd, then round up, right? If let's say it were 2.6185, then we actually if it's even, then don't round up, right? That's the rule, right? So in this case, our this number, this one is going to be like 2.6. Again, this is 9, so we will round up. It would be 2620, or we can just remove this 0 here, right? Because that 9 is going to be rounded off again. And in this case, it is going to be actually 2.618. We're not going to round it up because it's even. So remember, when there's a 5, we round up if the prior number prior to this 5 is actually odd, and we don't round up if the number prior to this 5 is actually even over here, right? So if you remember these rules, you will be able to round off these numbers accurately without having the issue that any marks would be deducted for your numbers, right? I hope I've clarified this confusion how to write round numbers. If you have still any questions, just post it in the comments, and I'll try to answer or post back with a video. Thank you.